because today is all about Waipahu, you know we had to stop by Thelma's. We're gonna check it out, grab some lunch, and talk story about Waipahu. Oh, look at this. These are nice. I'm gonna go in here. Sorry, everybody. These would be considered more of like the mid-range homes. 11 bedrooms, 7 baths. If you think Mililani is a good commuter neighborhood and you work in downtown, Waikele is even better. Fun fact, I actually lived in this building right behind us. If you have a favorite Filipino restaurant that isn't Thelma's, that's inaccurate, but please leave us a comment down below. I think this is probably one of, if not the most popular, like most well-loved by local people, Filipino spot on the island. So the food just got here. While we would have liked to give you some more variety in the spread that we have here today, there's a reason why this dish is the special. This is Thelma's special. I'm gonna say this wrong. Charlotte, Zyrel, Judy, you guys can, Debbie, you guys can scold me for this later. Lechon kawali? I think that's how you say it. I don't know. And then we got some pork lumpia, longanisa, the vinegar one, not the tocino or tocino. I'm actually gonna ask for a side of vinegar because I feel like you can never have too much vinegar when you're eating Filipino food. We were in Waipio Gentry, we were in Waikele. Now we're in what we consider, what we local people, we in Hawaii, on Oahu, this is what we consider Waipahu. And I don't know about you, but for me, anything kind of like Makai of the H1, that's Waipahu. Anything Mauka, more north of the H1, that's not Waipahu anymore. Like you can have the zip code, but unless you live on this side of the H1, you don't really live in Waipahu. All right, so right now we are in Champions in Waikele. Now, when I think of homes in Waikele, this is kind of where my mind goes. I don't immediately think of this as Waipahu. I don't think anybody who lives in Waikele or is headed to Waikele or is hanging out in Waikele or meeting in Waikele is like, I'll be in Waipahu at 10 o'clock. No, this is Waikele. So these are the single family homes here. Champions is just along the golf course on the other side. Everywhere in this neighborhood is like nice. It's a HOA style neighborhood, meaning, you know, the color schemes make sense together. They're cohesive. The yards need to be a certain way. You're gonna see a little bit more sort of uniformity in the houses and just the general sort of upkeep and condition of the homes in the area. So these single family homes, you can see they're either single level, 2 level, can be more expensive if they're, you know, up against or abutting the golf course. Interior lots may be a little bit less expensive. There's a bunch of different cul-de-sacs in here. These would be considered more of like the mid-range homes for homes that exist in this little borough of Waikele. These are the single family homes. I'll show you guys kind of a little bit more high end, probably the highest price points that you're gonna see in Waikele. And then we'll just spin through and take a look at some of the townhouses as well, which would be more of your entry-level home. So we are on Alelo Street in Waikele. If you don't live here, or if you don't have somebody who lives here or know somebody who lives here, you don't really end up over here. Waikele Shopping Center is like on the other side of the intersection, and this side of that intersection, like nobody's really coming to. This is where the, you know, the latest sold comps and the latest available comps that are the highest price in Waikele are located. The highest one that sold was just above 1.3. I think there's one listed in the area for about that price as well. It has almost like baby Baka Kilo vibes, like the feel of the homes. The elevation changes here. So, you know, lower Waikele is all kind of flat, same. But then over here, it's kind of like perched up on a hill coming this way. So depending where your house is, how high up you are, what type of house is it, a 2-story next to you or whatever, like you do have the opportunity to have a little bit of ocean views, like this guy over here. Highest price single family homes in Waikele, this will kind of be the area, or it may be something more on the golf course. In our market today, 2024 summer going into fall, around the 1.3 range is the higher end. And aside from Koa Ridge, where the price points are similar for new construction, this is probably the most expensive, you know, homes you're gonna find in the area. All right, one of my favorite spots in Waikele, if you're gonna be down here, is Restaurant Kunio, or I think most local people just call it Kunios. Today, when we're filming, is August 8th, so obviously, first and foremost, I'm gonna say send all your thoughts, all your love, all your prayers to Lahaina and to Maui. It's a 1-year anniversary today. But on another note, it is my mom's birthday. My mom's birthday is August 8th. This was our favorite restaurant to go to together. And it was kind of like our secret spot, like, because I have 2 older brothers and my dad, we'd go do stuff together as a family. But when me and my mom wanted to do something together, we just like wouldn't even tell them. And we'd come here. And I just learned today when I was talking story with Kenji on the way over here that this is actually kind of the spot where this whole thing was born. This YouTube channel, what we do together. This is where he and Derek sat down and talked about the whole thing before it took off and became what it is today. Talk about like kind of like chicken skin, yeah, of like, oh, kind of kismet, kind of meant to be, like weird the overlap that we have. You know, everything happens for a reason, and I recommend the miso butterfish, but everything they have is really good. All right, guys, so we are in Ho'omaka Village. This is a townhouse complex in Waikele, and this is currently where you're gonna find your most affordable real estate within the community, around 450,000, right in the mid 400s for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. This guy is situated on Lumiaina Street, which is kind of like the main vein, the main road in Waikele. And if we peek over, just over there, we can kind of see the tops of those street lights. That's already Waikele Shopping Center. A pro is you're easily accessible, walking distance to everything you need at the shopping center. A con, maybe depending on your building, you got some street noise. But a major pro for not just this community, but Waikele at large is if you think Mililani is a good commuter neighborhood and you work in downtown, Waikele is even better. Central Oahu, this is the best community to live in order to hop onto the H1 really quick, really easy, and sort of bypass the whole Eva Beach, west side bottleneck action. This would be, if we're looking for easy commute into town, single family homes and or townhouse market, a little bit more affordable than Mililani, this might be something for you. So right now we are in the Villages in Waipio Gentry. If you are looking in Waipio and you are thinking townhouse, you're thinking condo market, your price point is maybe somewhere in the 400s, 500s, you may end up in a complex like this. Right now, the most affordable piece of real estate in Waipio Gentry is in this community. It's 2 bedrooms, 2 baths. It's listed at $499, but it's been on the market for a while. So if that's something that interests you, call us and maybe we can get it for less. Fun fact, I actually lived in this building right behind us. I think like intermediate. This is like transitioning from Pearl City to Wailua to North Shore. We lived here, and really the only thing I remember about living here is that our Toyota van got stolen from the parking stall in front of us. But that's not to say that the community wasn't safe. The van was asking for it. The sliding door couldn't lock and would literally just fall off and slam to the ground if you tried to open it. Both of the windows in the front seat required a door stop in them so that they wouldn't just fall down into the door. My dad jerry-rigged a speaker, like a radio speaker, to the system in the car so that we could listen to the FM radio in there. I mean, we were asking for it. But you know, that's pretty much the only thing I remember about living here. That and the pool, which was huge, but it's probably small now that I'm big. Let's check out what the most expensive option would be in Waipio Gentry. We are in a single family home pocket of Waipio Gentry. This is where the most expensive home currently listed in Waipio Gentry is, or I think they're gonna close soon, so we'll see what they actually go for, but it's a $960,000 single family. I think it was 4 bedroom, 2 bath, maybe it was 3 bedroom, I'll have to double check. I don't even know how I would describe this. It's not super old, not super new, 1990 feeling kind of neighborhood. You know, it's very close to Foodland, the plaza where Foodland is, a couple of gas stations, a bunch of fast food over there. You know, Waipio Gentry is an older community. Now we have new blood coming into Waipio Gentry, and that's Koa Ridge. So we're not going to spend too much time cruising in this like one area of Waipahu, because you guys can check out the link below. Hit up our Koa Ridge video, one of our many Koa Ridge videos we've done now, where we talk a little bit more about Waipio Gentry. But not counting the homes that are, you know, $1.5 million in Koa Ridge. This is kind of the area where the more expensive real estate is going to be, and it's usually around sub $1 million right now. I think there was a time when they were above $1 million, but right around now they're cruising in the sub $1 million price point for, you know, a more modest single family home, an HOA style community, a little bit older than Waikele, which we've seen today too. And the price points reflect that. So Waikele's neighborhood is going to be a little bit more expensive, and then Waipio Gentry is going to be a tick down from that. But let's actually hit up true Waipahu. Sure, this is all zip code Waipahu. Everywhere we're looking today is 96797 Waipahu. For local people, and for people who are familiar with Hawaii, Waipio Gentry ain't it, Waikele ain't it, Koa Ridge ain't it, Royal Kunua ain't it. Let's go check it out and show you what real Waipahu looks like. We are in what local people, what people who are from here, familiar with the island, would consider Waipahu. We're currently in the neighborhood where the most expensive piece of real estate in Waipahu is listed. It's 2.5 11 bedrooms, 7 baths. So this is a big kind of like a mega house. I would think that the candidate for something like that would be either somebody looking to run a business as a care home for kupuna, or maybe like a multi-generational and multi-family community looking to go in on something together. Townhouse market is stronger in Waikele and Waipio Gentry, but there's a lot of older plantation style single family homes here. And I think like a common theme here is either older plantation style homes or homes that have been built up to become very large homes. You could even maybe call them, like mega homes. A common theme that Kenji and I discovered today is, his dad and my grandma both, they lived in Waipahu, for a amount of time, whether it be during like hospice care or like a nursing home type situation. There are a lot of like per capita in Waipahu, a lot more of that, of just these very big homes that were built up and then they're now used and run by like CNAs or something like that, and they're being used as like nursing homes or, elderly care homes, care home type situations. The other thing about Waipahu proper that differs from like other areas, technically still in the neighborhood, is that it's very rare to have like a community that has like an association. Where we saw the homes in Waikele all next to each other, all the single family homes, they're very cookie cutter, they look the same, they're part of the same build, they all were built around the same time. These are obviously all very different homes of varying different stages of repair, of varying ages, of varying stages of remodel. And they're so wildly different that that's generally how we know that it's not an HOA neighborhood, meaning you're not in an association, you're not beholden to specific guidelines that would keep the homes kind of like following the same rules, doing the same thing, and kind of like having a similar vibe to them. You can have just a whole mixed bag. You can have something that was newly renovated in 2024. And then across the street, you may have, a tear down that's been in the family for many, many years that they don't plan to do anything with. So, oh, look at this. These are nice. I'm gonna go in here. Sorry, everybody. Okay, the Renaissance. This is very nice. This is an HOA community. So when we talk about non-HOA versus HOA, we are 3 minutes away from where we just were talking, but now we're in an HOA community. And this is like exiting Waipahu, entering into, like about to enter into Waikele. I actually have not done any work in here. I'm sure Derek probably has, but I've not sold anything or helped a buyer look in Renaissance before. It is a very, very nice community. I will say the houses are super nice over here, but it's a very specific thing because you are sandwiched between the H1 and like Waipahu proper. So you have a very nice home, but there's like not a lot of stuff around here. Without having knowledge of the neighborhood, meaning I've not sold anything in here, I would assume that the price points are a little bit more insulated just because of geographically where it's located and what it isn't right next to. And so it's not next to like a mall, it's not next to a plaza, it's not next to a bunch of shopping plazas. It's like one very, very nice pocket. I will say it's very nice in here. One very nice pocket in Waipahu, and also across the street from this is like walk-up condo townhouse community. And so I'm gonna like, can I drive through there? No, but there is, a little bit of townhouse here, and it's right across the street from the Renaissance, which is very, very nice single family homes that I'd actually never been in there before. That has broadened my horizons on what I think, Waipahu real estate looks like. New level unlocked for me. The Renaissance is all these nice houses in here. Get one white vinyl fence. That means HOA. And you see like trimmed hedges. That's a HOA. We're going over the freeway and boom, we're in Waikele. Renaissance, I wonder if that would be considered, I'm not, Honolulu County, so this may or may not be true, but I feel like that side of the bridge that we just crossed, that's Waipahu. So to me, Renaissance, which felt like Waikele, and felt like kind of Koa Ridge-y, that was Waipahu. And now we're back where we started in Waikele.